way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
We're back. We're here.
And we're talking about romance here.
Are we? Okay.
Yes.
And we're Chinese Pod.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Ken. And we're also elementary.
Yes.
And we're coming from Shanghai, China.
And it's a nonchalant romance.
A nonchalant romance, really? Wow. You have...
Commit-phobic romance.
You have an amazing turn of phrase, miss. A nonchalant romance. Otherwise known as an oxymoron. But anyway, let's listen to this. It is an elementary.
Yes, and it's between a boyfriend and the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the girl, they're trying to decide what to do. And she's trying hard to interest him and offering all kinds of activities.
She's trying to interest him.
Yes.
And he's a little lazy lump kind of attitude.
Yeah, he seems very lethargic.
Yeah.
Nonchalant.
Wow. Well, sounds like we have some drama on our hands. Let's listen to it 3 times and then we'll come back and we'll learn a little bit more about these two creatures.
对话第一遍。
我们去看电影吧。
随便，
吃饭、唱歌，
都可以。
你到底想干什么？
我也不知道。
第二遍。
我们去看电影吧。
随便，
吃饭、唱歌，
都可以。
你到底想干什么？
我也不知道。
第三遍。
我们去看电影吧。
随便，
吃饭、唱歌，
都可以。
你到底想干什么？
我也不知道。
Okay, so you may have picked up on the tone, even if you didn't understand what the exchange was. I think you'd almost tell from the tone that this man has an issue.
And I think she has an issue by the end of the dialogue with him.
As you would. As you would.
So let's make it clear by translating it.
Great.
我们去看电影吧。
Let's go and see a movie.
我们去看电影吧。
Let's go see a movie.
我们去看电影吧。随便。
Whatever.
随便。
Oh, whatever you think.
随便。吃饭，唱歌。
Go eat or go singing.
吃饭，唱歌。
Go for some food or go singing.
吃饭，唱歌，都可以。
It's all okay.
都可以。
Anything's all right.
都可以。你到底想干什么？
Look, what is it that you want to do here?
你到底想干什么？
What do you want to do?
你到底想干什么？我也不知道。
I don't know.
我也不知道。
I don't know.
我也不知道。
Now,
You were acting the emotions.
I was.
Yeah.
I was moved by it. By his nonchalance or whatever. But it's interesting that some of this doesn't really translate that easily, in fact, in English.
Yeah, but it's a discourse
yes.
heavy lesson.
It is. There's a lot of sort of this discourse analysis thing in it because basically you're learning how to sort of express something in a very open-ended way. You're learning how to express perhaps frustration when you're trying to prize some information out of someone.
Exactly.
And this is the kind of stuff that we look
It's
at.
subtle, delicate stuff.
I think it is. I think it is. This is a young man, sounds almost teenage in his attitude. But let's get into the details a little bit.
Okay, starting from the top.
Yeah.
我们去看电影吧。
Now, of course, we know the word for movie is,
电影
and to go to see a movie is simple enough.
去看电影
Right.
去看电影
去看电影. The tones for 电影 are
Fourth and third.
fourth and third. Any mnemonic there for 电影? I think it's an interesting little word.
电 means electricity.
Yes.
And 影 means shadow.
Shadows. There's your mnemonic. Electric shadows.
Oh.
Sounds cool. Sounds like the name of a band. Doesn't it? From the 1960s or something.
Gene Simmons contemporary.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so anyway, your movie, your tones are fourth and third, and it's Electric Shadows. Let's hear it.
电影
Now, just one more point. We've covered it a lot now in this level, but anyway, the particle at the end.
八
Yeah.
八 which adds a level of enthusiasm
And suggestion.
Yeah. Let's go and see a movie.
Yeah, it's a collective decision. You're suggesting that, and then the ba, of course, is tone neutral, right?
Yes.
Because all particles are neutral in terms of tone. So let's hear that whole sentence again, please, Jenny.
我们去看电影吧。我们去看电影吧。
So she's fairly enthusiastic. And she's trying to get him involved. She's
Yes.
inclusive, and he's kind of not. So his reply is.
随便
Now, 随便 is a marvelous phrase that has marvelous multiple meanings.
Yes. Mostly depending on the context and your tone of voice.
Yeah.
It can be taken as very agreeable,
Yes.
very polite.
Yes.
随便,
Yeah.
meaning you can decide I'm fine with anything.
yes,
I'll
yes.
go with the
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah.
Or it can seem extremely indifferent
Yes.
and even a little bit rude.
Yes. Let's look at it from a literal translation perspective, right? What are the two characters?
随便随 means to follow.
To follow. Yeah.
And 便 means 方便,
Yes,
convenience.
Convenient. So follow convenience. And the tones are
Second and fourth.
second and fourth. Let's hear it again.
随便
Right.
随便
Now, I find the translation follow convenience is fairly helpful in some ways because basically it says, we'll just go with the flow. Yeah, I'm willing to go with the flow.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody was super enthusiastic about something and you said 随便, it would say, well, you're not reciprocating. But the
Exactly.
meaning is the same. It's where it's, well, I'll go with
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. And so in some cases, you could translate 随便 as whatever, even in that teenage way.
Whatever sounds slightly negative in
It
English,
does,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
a little bit. Yeah, it can do. And it's slightly less negative in Chinese.
Yes.
But anyway, it means I'm willing to go with the flow. It's okay by me. 随便. It's okay.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
Now, she makes a couple of suggestions.
吃饭唱歌吃饭唱歌
Well, obviously, eating and singing.
which are the top two activities in China, I think.
And in that order, too.
吃饭唱歌
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. The tones for 唱歌 are,
Fourth and first.
yeah, fourth and first. 唱歌, there you go, yeah. Now, so eating and singing sounds like perfectly legitimate activities around here, but he remains kind of on the fence, he says.
都可以都可以
Now, meaning,
both are fine.
Both are
Anything
okay.
is fine.
yeah. Not a lot of enthusiasm here.
No.
都可以. Now, again, it depends on on the voice.
Yeah,
here.
it can be, you're being very easygoing
Yeah.
and letting your interlocutor decide.
You could say 都可以, with a sort of a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
And you're bouncing and stuff like that.
Super positive.
Yeah, you're indicating that's great. I'm up for all of this stuff. But he's definitely kind
Yes.
of withdrawn.
And incidentally, Ken, when you said 都可以,
Yeah,
you were bouncing.
I know, of course. 都可以. I'm enthusiastic about eating and dancing
With
or
a
singing.
huge smile on your face.
So 都可以. Now, this man I think this man needs a slap across the back of the head, actually, but anyway.
Yeah, and she kind of expresses that by saying, 你到底想干什么?
Yeah.
你到底想干什么?
That's a verbal slap across the head,
Yes.
isn't it? Because 到底, which is a super phrase that I'd like you to tell us more about, please.
到底, first and third tone.
Yeah.
Well, 底 means bottom.
Yes.
Right? So it's like getting to the bottom of things. Ultimately.
Yes. And 到 as in to
arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 到底, to arrive at the bottom, to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
My translation would be something like the equivalent of sort of ultimately. Now, you don't use the term ultimately in sort of casual, sort of colloquial speech in English in that way. But it's like, what the hell do you want? You know, 到底.
Exactly.
What ultimately? What is it?
Yeah.
Now, and so what are you thinking about is basically the way she says it. Let's look at it.
你到底想干什么?
Yeah, 想, third tone, mean think.
Or to want to?
To want to, yeah. 干什么?
Do what?
Yes. 干 fourth tone as in to do. Right. So let's put it all together, and I would translate it as, what ultimately are you thinking that you want to do? How about
What
that?
is it that you want to do?
Good, let's hear it.
你到底想干什么?
Yeah. Now, this, again, depends on the tone, but this is a good way. Say you had a kid or something like that, you know, and the kid was just, oh, 随便, 随便, 随便. Look, what do you want to do here? You know, what ultimately is it? So there's an element of desperation here. So 到底, it can also indicate
Slight annoyance.
Yes.
You're being
Yeah.
quite peeved.
yeah. So be
Or
careful with
frustrated.
it. Frustrated, exasperated. Yeah.
And if you want to hear all of those things,
Yes.
I have a great song for you.
Do you?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, let's listen.
Oh, you've got it.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Now that's a good example.
It really drums it into your head.
It does. 你
到底爱不爱我?
Do you ultimately love,
Love me or not?
Yeah, indeed. Do you or not? That's a really good example of it.
Yes.
And so it can be used in many different contexts, but it does indicate a level of exasperation. So be careful with it. Don't go running around shouting it to your
到底.
到底告诉我. Yeah. Now, this fool, you know, he has no idea. In fact, he admits it. He says,
我也不知道.
我也不知道.
我也不知道. We're pampered by too many choices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's not pampered by too many choices. He's just a lump of uselessness, basically.
我也不知道.
What do you want to do with your life? 我也不知道.
Now, I know I want to listen to the dialogue
Do
for
you?
3 more
Well,
times.
that's a very proactive thing to do.
对话第一遍.
我们去看电影吧，
随便
吃饭，唱歌。
都可以，
你到底想干什么？
我也不知道。
第二遍.
我们去看电影吧，
随便
吃饭，唱歌。
都可以，
你到底想干什么？
我也不知道。
第三遍.
我们去看电影吧，
随便
吃饭，唱歌。
都可以，
你到底想干什么？
我也不知道。
Well,
That was a very rich lesson.
was it?
Yeah, discourse, even a Chinese pop song.
Well, hey, we do everything. We pull it all out of the bag here to make it real.
Yeah.
For you and for the listeners.
Yes.
Okay. So you know what you can do with this lesson because it is a vague lesson, I feel. I keep thinking, can we be more concrete? But actually the whole point about this lesson is that it's one of those non-conversations. Do you want to do so? I don't know. Would you like to do that? I don't know. Well, how about that? I don't know.
Yeah.
So you've learned how to do that now if you so...
To make a non-conversation conversation.
If that's what you want to do in Chinese. Now, you can go to ChinesePod.com. You can explore this and you'll see that these tags for these words like Daodi and all of this, you can see them in lots of other contexts because that's how you learn, right? It's inductive.
Exactly.
We just give you some sort of
clues.
Some clues, and after that, you see it in context. It'll stick, and your brain, your neurons will do the rest. Anyway, now we have to go.
Yes,
We'll be back again tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I know you've been singing that song all morning. You're probably going to sing us out with that song, are you?
你到底爱不爱我？
你到底爱不爱我？
With that duet, let's say
We better say
再见。
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0782
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0782 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0782